time on Custom Works, we're going to be looking at the pickup bed and we're going to be looking at the rear fenders. One thing in this episode you might notice is that the tailgate is already on the truck. It literally came out of the mould, screwed to the timber frame that is the framework for the pickup bed, and that was it. So not really a lot to show there. But anyway, hope you enjoy all the rest of the stuff. Here it is. Okay, so moving on to the pickup bed. Now, you may recognise this wooden frame from before. This is what we did, and this is all we're going to do. We're just going to make a wooden frame, and then we're going to build up some slats of some bearers off of the chassis. We've got a chassis member here, and we'll be building something up at the front also, and then just having planks going across. Planks going across make a perfectly good pickup bed. And also, if you've ever got to get to the tank or the back axle, anything down there, nice and easy to get to, just lift the planks, it's all there. I'd already made that timber frame, and what I've done, I've put this piece of, this is like marine ply, so I've put that to form the side of the bed, and then we've started mocking up where this rear arch is going to go. At this, it's low, but I can get the wheel off, so I can bond this right back. I don't have to have a removable rear fender just to access the wheels. So I can get the wheel off, so that's all good. Things like here, where the back of this moulding ends, has worked out great, because this comes right round and into this corner. So all I've got to do is make good up to there, and then, you know, it's all good sort of thing. That's worked out really nicely. So what I'll be doing now is removing this, a little bit of time, so I need to mark round it, and then cladding it with the steel. So I'll be putting this piece of 2mm steel over this, so it'll be a, you know, ideal surface to prep and then paint, and also an ideal surface to bond this fender to. Okay, then, so we are ready to get this piece of metal. I've cut it out with a plasma cutter. We're going to put it onto this piece of marine ply, and we're going to bond it on with sticker flex. I've painted the back of this piece of steel in just some blue 2K gloss. I've primed it and painted it. Basically, that's because once this is against here, and even on a hot day like today, my God, it is hot. That steel will be against it, it's trapped, moisture will get in, and it will start rusting the metal from the inside out. If ever you're using steel on anything, you've always got to paint the back. Once you've finished, any bit you're not going to get to again, make sure it's painted before you assemble stuff, because it's going to rust from the inside out. Right, and so I'm now going to bond this onto here. We've got the steel on now, the back of that is painted, that is bonded on, and we've got the rear fender to where we want it to be. Now, this rear fender I'm particularly pleased with, because just check this out. Look at this. Standard F1, you're going to have to lower the suspension, the ride's going to be compromised. With this is still going to float along on the normal taxi suspension, full suspension travel, everything. Still going to be a lovely, comfortable ride. And it looks slammed. Coming up in a bit, we're going to be putting the running boards on, and it's really going to set the whole truck off and get that real sort of ground effect to it. So it's going to look great. But for now, what I'm going to do, ready to make the bracketry to hold this from underneath, so we've got a nice transition between this and this part. What I'm going to do is mark around this, and then I'm going to cut out the excess from behind, because I have cut a lot of the excess out already, but just so you know, measure twice and cut once. I didn't want to cut it all out just in case I needed some more. Okay then, so we're going to fit this rear fender. Now, what I've done, from when it was cast in the mould, you know, it had this bit just here, and I made them a little bit too wide so I could trim them back to get the fit dead right. So what I've done, I've trimmed a bit off of there. So this is the piece I've trimmed off, but this has got the perfect profile to make like a little shaped bracket that I can fiberglass onto there. And what I can do, I can add some galvanised brackets under here that I can screw to the timber behind, and I can really glass this in. I can get a good load of fiberglass under there. I've roughed this steel up so it should key in really good. And then what I'll do is I'll bond the actual fender to this, and it'll have sort of a, you know, like a perfect fit to that. I'm gonna stick this on with some Mitafix, and I will glass this, put the galvanised brackets in, and we should have a good strong base to attach that rear fender to. Right, so in Mitafixing these bits on, I decided to say, you know, that the Mitafix would not hold this. It's just not that strong. But it does hold it perfectly while I put the fiberglass on, and then the fiberglass can dry off nicely. It literally acts like a chemical clamp, if you will. To make sure this is super strong, what I'm doing is putting a bit of sticker flex on this part of the bracket, then putting that onto there, and then we'll screw this onto there. Okay, and so we've fiberglassed all underneath here now, so this is truly bonded on, you know, like this is super strong. And what we're going to do, we're going to cover this in sticker flex, and we're going to bond the back wing on. So that's what we're about to do now. Okay, so we've bonded the wing on, and what we've done, we've bonded it from underneath. What I failed to film, sadly, was that then I ran a bit of coarse strand mat around the top of the wing just to bond it back, and then from that point on, it's just filling and prepping for paint. Okay then, so what we are doing this afternoon, we're going to be making this this piece here, which caps off the top of the bed. Da, 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 and looks super cool there. And this is all made in steel. So obviously I've done this side already, and I'm going to be doing the other side right now. So if we move over to the bench, we can see that already on the flange that sits inside the bed, we've got that marked out. So, going to drill a series of holes, and then we'll start fitting it into the pickup truck. getting screwed on in there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to fit this piece of steel onto here, and we're going to weld that on there so that so it makes a nice round edge. This end has been sort of profiled up to the bodywork, and that is going to look awesome. Now on this side, I'll put this cool end on, so now I need to do it to this side, so I shall get on with that. Okay then, so all of that is now welded up. If we just take a look at that, there we go. Lots and lots of welding, but don't know what is this bit at the back. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a piece in there, and then we'll start grinding. Now I've got this little bit. I'm going to fibreglass in here, and I'm going to fibreglass this part just here. Going to fibreglass this into the back of the bed, and that's on both sides. And then we'll get some filler on there and start filling it in, ready for some primer. Okay then, so we've done the fibreglass in there, and we've glassed between the steel and the fibreglass there, and also there, so this rear bit's nice and smooth. And what we're going to do now, we are going to Bondo this welded area. So, on with the Bondo. So that's it for this week. Join us next time when we're going to be looking at the running boards on the truck. And also, in the meantime, click subscribe, leave your comments below, and also click the bell icon for regular updates. Until next time, goodbye.